Alright, what's up everybody, it's your boy Duplays here, and we're back with some more reaction videos for you guys. So I'm following up with Rich Tomorrow on the Steam Machine, and it says Valve has some bad news about Steam Machine pricing, so you already know it's going to be kind of expensive. So before we get into this, don't forget to comment, like, share, subscribe, turn on post notifications, follow my socials in the description, TikTok, Instagram, or Discord. Comment, like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. I don't remember if I said that a couple seconds ago or not, but with that being said, let's get into it.
Something, Bird, don't get too hard, because the price of the Steam Machine is not going to be as cheap as people think. It's going to be more expensive.
It's not going to be at least 800,
2026,
if not more.
It's 2025, but when the Steam Machine will be released is 2026. Why am I rambling? It's the intro. Stop it.
I just wanted some sauce on those zingers.
Hey, everybody, a couple shameless man plugs. I'm trying to make sure you see it in the monitor. Make sure you subscribe to Rich Tomorrow. I have gaming news and political news almost on a daily basis. And also subscribe to my ASMR channel called Tech25 ASMR, where my next video, it's already recorded, is on the NEC Turbo Express. It was the portable version of the TurboGrafx 16, also known as the PC Engine in Japan. This is a super rare portable. There's literally nothing else out there like it. So make sure you subscribe to Tech25 ASMR. And it's
very
just
bulky.
me speaking softly. I'm not licking anything. Unless you want me to lick something, let me know. I'm not licking this, though. So the price of the Steam Machine.
I never mentioned this in the last reaction video, but I love that Soulja Boy is just on this monitor. And I don't know who this guy is, but yeah. I guess this is still in reference to the consoles that he's selling. In fact, I think Rich did a follow-up video on that. But you know what? That's not even related to the Steam Machine, so I don't even know why I'm talking about it. Let's continue.
And maybe I'm the one who was wrong. If you always remember, I was infamously wrong about the price of the original Nintendo Switch. It ended up being $299. I was thinking $250. But I don't think, with what's going on with the economy worldwide in 2026, that the Steam Machine is going to be the prices I'm hearing. I'm hearing some people being absolutely insane and saying it's...
If it costs a band, I might just buy a desktop,
going to be
honestly.
like upper 400s, which, if it is, please God, I will be so happy to be wrong. I will make a video wearing whatever hat you want me to wear, shirtless, saying, I was wrong, please. But the realist in me does not see it being anywhere near that cheap. I'm also seeing people saying
it's not going to be cheaper than the Steam Deck. And the most expensive Steam Deck is $650. Mine was $550. I bought the 512 OLED. I like the glossy screen. I don't like the anti-glare. Either way, I didn't have the money to spare anyway. All right, it's not available for purchase in my region, but it's $650. It's a $650 for the 1 terabyte model with the etched screen. I like glossy. I bought the 512 model, and a year later I upgraded it to 2 terabytes and a 1 terabyte SD card. So I have 3 terabytes. I'm Gucci. My screen protector, my skin, my rubber grips, my permanently glued in kickstand onto my JSOX mod case. So beautiful setup for me. Let's continue.
600.
Oh, again, as I was saying, the main point of why I had initially paused, it is definitely going to be not going to be less than 700, because as I was saying, the most expensive Steam Deck was the 1 terabyte etched OLED, which was $650. And then we're talking about the system that's 6 times more powerful than the Steam Deck. And then it's like they had to design a new Steam controller on top of that. And then it's really compact for what it is as well. The cube is pretty small, so they crammed a lot of power in for the size. I get that GPU wise it's weaker than the PS5 by a little. Not by a huge amount, just by a decent amount. I think it's like about 10%. But the CPU is actually a lot better than the PS5. But I mean, the GPU is the most important thing when it comes down to gaming. So Just ignore what I just did right there. My case is dirty. But yeah, it's really powerful for the size. It would be nice to just stuff that in a bag, like if you're going abroad or on a plane or
I just
whatever.
don't think so. I don't. I think it's going to be about, if we're lucky, 800. Maybe in an ideal
Yeah.
world, if something happens with RAM prices where everything just sinks like a rock, maybe 750. But I think that's not even
It's not. Yeah, 800 the minimum.
possible.
It's
Make
not
it
going to be
800
below
at least.
800.
Well, if you're thinking I'm just pulling my high numbers out of my hairy flat manhole, I got some bad news for you. I didn't realize
Why
this.
did you
I
have to
actually
describe it
saw
like that?
this video from Linus Tech Tips, but he got some insider info about the Steam Machine and its pricing from Valve. They didn't give him a number, but they said something that people need to pour some cold water on themselves and prepare for some disappointment. This synopsis comes from GamerRant.com. In a video about the upcoming system, popular tech YouTuber
I really
Linus
like
Tech
Linus
Tips says
Versus.
Valve told him the Steam Machine will be very competitively priced with a PC, but that its price will be more like a PC than a console. That's worth noting because
PCs are generally more expensive than consoles. So what does that tell you? It's going to be pricier than people
as
think.
Linus
That's what that
explained,
means.
consoles typically subsidize their costs through game sales, allowing them to sell for less than an equivalent PC. While that may pour cold water on the idea of a sub $500 system, which I think was insane to think that's how cheap the Steam Machine would be, it still leaves considerable room for interpretation, given how widely PC prices vary. Valve engineer Yazan Al-Yadahat, I think I said that right. If I didn't, I apologize, has said that the Steam Machine is better than 70% of Steam user specs, which may make a high price seem likely, but it's worth noting, and yeah, he's 100% right about this, that the platform's most popular GPU is the 4-year-old mid-range RTX 3060. So
The 3060 is still mid-ranged? Because I have the 3050. But then again, that is the laptop variant, and it's a 50 and not the 60. So, I would have thought it would have descended to entry level by now, but apparently it's still there. Okay, not bad. RTX 3060 going crazy. But then again, the 3070 is...
yeah,
that's
it's
still pretty
better
good.
than 70%
Alright, let's continue.
of the user specs on Steam with their gaming PCs, because you know how Valve lets you do the Valve hardware survey, but that's not saying much
Mhm.
because a lot of people have mid to low end rigs, you know, and computers are expensive, especially gaming PCs. Now that may be a sobering price to
Yeah.
some people and that may turn them off, but keep in mind that the next Xbox, which is going to be a PC hybrid as well, could be anywhere from $900 to $1,200, which is a hell of a lot more expensive. And hopefully by that point, Microsoft gets the Xbox version of Windows sorted out. But yeah, it's going to be more.
The FSC, yeah. You know, I've had my eye on the Xbox Ally X because as much as I love Steam OS, I really hate the idea of not being able to play certain games. GTA Online was a big one for me. I used to play that on this Steam Deck here that I'm holding and looking at. And then they just dropped the update one day and I was no longer able to play online on it. At least without installing Windows. And we all know how much of a shit show that is. I'm not doing that. I'm not throwing away my TDP controls, my sleep wake resume features, and the now sleep downloads that they added, even though it's really just limiting the TDP to a certain limit and shutting the screen off, and then putting it to sleep after the downloads are done. That's really what that new feature they added a couple of days ago is. But hey, it's better than what we had before, which was nothing, or the Magic Black Decky plugin that crashes every update. Well, most of the plugins crash every update, so that's not exclusive to that one. But what was I saying? What was the topic that Rich was talking about? I don't remember. Yeah, I was talking about the Xbox Ally X. I had my eyes on it, and there's other tech I have my eyes on. I want a PS5 Pro for GTA 6, a PC for content creation purposes, a nicer one so I can run my games in 2 instances of OBS and not have to worry about lag. Realistically though, the PC is probably the better buy. but I need the PS5 when GTA 6 releases. Really, those two are what I really need. But yeah, I'm leaving the handhelds alone for now because it's not like I'm even really taking full advantage of my Steam Deck as it is anyway, because I barely even play it that much. And I have so many games on it. So yeah, my PS4 Pro is kind of just like a Netflix machine nowadays. So it would just be me buying one more thing that really gets used. So I'll wait, and then the Windows FSC, Xbox FSC is not where I want it to be. Maybe I'll just wait for them to make an OLED Xbox Ally, because I really do not want to go back to
Expensive.
LCD.
Now,
I don't.
The specs could possibly be significantly better than the Steam machine, and if it's only $200 more than the Steam machine, there could be the argument there that you could just get the Xbox, which gives you a lot more performance for not that much more money, and then you could put SteamOS on there. They're saying you could do whatever the hell you want to with it. It's a PC essentially. So buy the Xbox. It's not really an Xbox, but the next Xbox, put SteamOS on it, and then you have a more powerful Steam machine. There you go. Problem solved. But yeah, that'll be an interesting thing, because if the next Xbox, which seems like it'll be noticeably more powerful or moderately more powerful than the Steam machine, is only a couple $100 more, and it seems like a much better value, even though it's more expensive with how much more performance you're getting, that could actually hurt the Steam machine. I know a lot of people are saying that Xbox is nervous about the Steam machine, and they should be. But if this scenario happens where they're offering a much better piece of hardware for not that much more money than Valve, it could hurt the Steam machine.
Yeah, that should be fine.
So we'll have to wait and see. Pricing will mean everything. Only time will tell what happens with this, because
100%.
Valve may be planning to sell the thing at $700, which wouldn't be bad at all. But some kind of trade issue may happen with China, and the next thing you know, it'll have to go up $200.
Tariffs.
So we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah.
But if you're expecting the Steam machine to be as much as the original price of a PlayStation 5, I got bad news for you.
Yeah,
this
it's
is
not
Rich
happening.
Tomorrow, signing out. Have a good one.
And I didn't expect that either. Is that Sub-Zero from Mortal Kombat? I wonder whose mouth that is. I wonder if it's his. Probably not. I wouldn't put it past him, though. There's so much dirt in my Steam Deck screen bezel. Alright, guys, that was it. That was my reaction to the pricing. Oh, let's check comments out first. But I mean, I didn't have to stop the outro there. At a PC price point, it's better Steam hams. Anything above $599 will flop. It's gonna cost more than $500, bro. This is the price point of the Steam Deck OLED 1 terabyte. I said that like 2 or 3 times throughout the course of the video. I think it's gonna cost more than that, though. I think Rich is dead on when he said it's lowest 800. I believe that. I really do believe that's the starting point for this. Okay, this guy says he'll just get a good PC for that price. You know, that's what I had intended to do beforehand. Get me getting distracted by Budokai Tenkaichi 3 footage. If it's not more powerful than a PS5 or cost more, we have a problem. It's a PC, man. It's a PC. You know? Feel me, bird dad. I hold still. Okay. I'm thinking $649.49, $649.99 for the 512. You know, you're probably not far off. Yeah, it's not going to be below $650 at all. Yeah, this is probably it. This is probably it. Yeah, the social gamer. That's oxymoronic. We're known to be shut-ins. I am thinking $649. $650 for the 512 gigabyte model and $800 for the 2 terabyte model. Yeah, that sounds like it. Yeah, that sounds like it. Yeah, so that's it, guys. Hope y'all enjoyed, and I will see y'all in the next one. Goodbye.